Hello, and welcome to your Microneedling Module 2 in your portal. This module, we're going to be speaking about the mechanisms of microneedling, why it's such a fascinating treatment, and how it works so synergistically with our own body's healing mechanisms, and how it allows us to kind of pull back that anti-aging process and really take control of what's going on beneath the skin.
Yes.
So I have Julia with me here. I'm Barbara, the founder of Eternal Beauty. Julia is the head of our skincare and skin sciences department. So glad to have her here with me today, working on this portal with you. So now, when we think about microneedling, why is it a treatment that we want to put into our practice, into our salons, spas, dermatology offices, doctors' offices? The main reason why this is such a powerful treatment is we're actually harnessing the body's own ability to self-heal and to re-energize itself. So the premise of microneedling is actually a very, very minute micro trauma. So sometimes it's termed in the industry as a microchannel. Mm-hmm. When you hear the term microchannel, what we're talking about is actually a delivery system. So when we are puncturing the surface of the skin, depending on the needle depth that we're using, we're creating a small channel within the skin layers that allows us to actually get nutrients and different serums, different compounds that we're going to utilize to help halt that anti-aging process and deliver them right into the area of the skin where all of the magic is happening. So really understanding what a microtrauma is and what a microchannel is going to be crucial for understanding how powerful this microneedling treatment is. So I'm going to hand it over to you, Julia.
Thank you.
Can you talk to them about
Absolutely.
that a little bit?
Absolutely. So I completely agree with Barbara. It's an extremely crucial treatment to have in your practice. I would also amplify this is a controlled trauma. What we're doing will be very controlled and very precise. The channels we're creating, it's a delivery system. The trauma we're creating with the needle in our microneedling device is the healing mechanism. Two of them actually have two different functions. So controlled trauma would mean, if I cut my finger in the kitchen, first of all, it hurts, there's blood, there's lymph, I have to put Band-Aid, all that fun jazz, right? But it's not a controlled trauma. I have no perception how deep I went, when that's gonna happen. I have no control how it's gonna heal. Am I gonna create a scar, for example? Or, what else can be there? Can I get infection in there? Stuff like this. In the kitchen, not a fun experience. In a clinical setting, and this is a clinical setting because we're going all the way in the dermis with our devices,
exactly.
We actually have in a control. We have in a specific needle of, we know exactly where it's going. We know how far it's going. As well, we know what it is affecting. So when we get to the needles a little bit more in depth, we will talk about it. But right now, what I want to say, going in as well, as you remember, in the dermis, we have lymph, we have blood. We're going to be puncturing through collagen and elastin cells. That trauma will boost the mechanism of healing. This is why it is so normal to have bleeding pinpoints during your microneedling treatment. Your clients would be expecting to have some blood coming. It's normal because bringing that blood flow actually will stimulate to bring nutrients and oxygen to your cells. Lymph, in this particular case, also will be responsible for healing, for detoxifying, for bringing white blood cells with the blood as well, and lymph will be cleaning the trauma, which is another way of making sure we are not getting infection in a natural way. When you keep paying attention, and this is crucial in our business, for the factors of cleanness, sterilization, sanitation, you can give infection to your client. But this is on you as an esthetician to pay attention to the proper protocols so everyone, your client and you are safe. This is a little side note. Let's get back to the skin. Another thing, during the treatment, we also will be putting numbing cream. The reason is Once again, we're going all the way in the
To the
dermis.
nerves.
This is where our nerve endings are. If I don't do it, it's excruciatingly painful for my client. We don't want to have the pain. We already cause a lot of pain in clinical settings, and if we can minimize that, that's why it's important. Another very important and fundamental thing, we are going all the way through the dermis, actually creating a trauma in collagen and elastin cells. What it does, it makes the cell kind of panic and go,
Absolutely.
I need to restore, I need to do something, I need to boost my production, they are attacking me. And this is a natural way to boost production of collagen and elastin cells in your body without worrying about that natural depletion. Because what's important to know, if we are applying collagen topically in a cream, we all seen the
Yes,
advertisements
absolutely.
about the creams with collagen, and a lot of people think that is gonna restore it, which is not true.
It's not accurate.
It's not accurate, because collagen topically is just a fantastic moisturizer. It doesn't glue to your collagen, it doesn't make it to produce more collagen. If you take in collagen internally, which is also a great idea, it helps that straightening, making stronger collagen and elastin cells, but it doesn't boost their production. So as far as I know, microneedling, microchanneling in this particular case, controlled trauma of microneedling treatment, it's one and only most efficient treatment to boost production of collagen and elastin cells, which I think is incredible. It's super simple and so powerful. Another thing Barb mentioned, microchanneling. So when we create the trauma with the needle going all the way into the dermis and epidermis, we're creating the channel, a delivery system where product will be able to penetrate and start working right from inside out. We will be talking about choices of the product in a minute, but right now I want to mention one cool thing all of my clients absolutely love. Even after the treatment, when they go home and they have the channels in their skin, the penetration of their home care product increases by 80%. 80%, it's a huge and quite valid number to make your skin more useful. Doing this microtrauma, we are boosting process and we are enhancing it with the product depending on the serums we will be using. So that's why both of us love the microneedling so much.
Absolutely. And so when we think about these exciting microtraumas, how we can compare them to some of the other treatments out there, because I know Julia said it's one of her favorites. There are different types of microtraumas like microcauterizations and some of the other options. But the thing about microneedling specifically, and what we're going to talk about in this video with actually using a titanium needle. Mm-hmm. This is going to be a disposable needle that creates a very, very controlled trauma to the skin, controlled damage. There are other protocols that you may want to look into as well, and those would be energy-based microtraumas or something that is like a microcauterization. These will also affect and excite the different glands and cells within the lower layers of the skin. But keep in mind, specifically with microneedling, this is one of the least expensive treatments that you can get into. Some of the energy-based microtraumas, we're talking about hundreds of thousands of dollars to get into these machines. They can be overwhelmingly expensive. So we like this so much because it does such a great job of changing and transforming the skin. So I'm going to talk a little bit about how that process actually happens. So when we're creating that microtrauma, like Julia was saying, we are exciting those cellular structures within the lower layers and the upper layers of the skin, and we're telling them to bolster and start really amping up their speed of regeneration. What this means is in those normal cycles that Julia was talking about in the skin anatomy portals, in terms of the actual days that will kind of cause that regenerative cycle to happen, what we're going to find is that's sped up because our cells are on that kind of quick trajectory to try to heal a trauma. And that's what happens anytime there is actually damage in the skin. The body naturally has to amp up its production. So we're essentially tricking the body into
Yeah.
doing what it's naturally made to do. And why this helps us in terms of anti-aging, obviously, if we're doing this in a controlled clinical setting, our skin is essentially becoming younger and younger every time we do one of these treatments. And as well to that, we want to talk to our clients about this, frequency and coming to see us so that we are being preventative in terms of the
Yes.
aging process. But also, this can be amazing when we're thinking about things like stretch marks, hair restoration, any of the age spots. So we're going to be talking about in the next video actual treatment protocols. We're going to give you a list of all of the different areas that you can use microneedling to treat things like acne scars, enlarged pores. But again, that whole list is going to come in the next video and really dial in for you how you can create exciting changes in your menu and really have, 20 some odd treatments that you can add with just this one exciting
Yes.
protocol.
Absolutely, absolutely. One of the things, if you don't mind
Yes.
me adding, one of my clients actually asked me really interesting things. Sorry for the side note, but I
Yes,
think it's kind of fun to bring experience from a real settings. She said, so is it going to reverse my signs of aging? Am I going to be younger and younger and younger? It's like, what's that name? David Batten movie, right?
Yes,
Where
yeah.
you're just getting younger and younger.
Yes.
That's actually not the case. We are preventing and slowing down aging. We're not reversing it completely. We are not going to end up babies at the end of the, let's say, 6 sessions. But we're preventing it. We're slowing it down. We are going slowly back to the idea of boosting more and more and more, which is giving us also a fantastic opportunity to have a treatment what gives us very natural, slow appealing result. Because this process doesn't take one day or one treatment. It's a slow process in your skin. So your girlfriends may not even know why you're starting to look better and better slowly, or your clients notice this very slow change, but at the same time that change is beautiful and it's very stable.
It's natural and it's you. So we're not adding anything. We're not injecting something that's a foreign body into the body, and it's not a toxin. So obviously here at our clinical facilities across North America, we do introduce for our clients things like, neuromodulators, the Botox, as well as dermal fillers. But I know for myself and Julie as well, it's not our favorite products. Just because, again, the body, it's not natural. It's not your own cellular structure. So this by far is, in my opinion, and I would think your opinion, the most natural way to combat aging and harnessing the natural mechanisms that your body has in place. So we're going to end this particular portal, and the next one we're going to get into the exciting different treatments that you can actually tackle through microneedling. So we'll see you in the next video.
Take care.